Monday, 13th of July, and a happy first anniversary to Rich and Polly over in the UK on your first wedding anniversary. Doesn't seem like 12 months ago, does it? We were sat in that fabulous stately home over in the UK. Anyway, happy anniversary, guys. And quick tip, or thought for the day, I suppose, really, is that you'll hear a lot of people say, well, you know, to make progress and to get good results, you've got to have a plan. You've got to put a plan together, work the plan, and away you go. And that's sort of true, sort of half true, I suppose. Yeah, it's a good idea to have a plan, a forecast, and some path down which you're going to go. But if that was true, and a plan was the way to do it, then everybody would be hugely successful, highly happy, sat back with 50 million in the bank, and because that's what they clearly planned to do. So planning itself doesn't work. Planning itself is a support mechanism rather than the real focus of activity. And there's an interesting story I was told, I heard, back in 1944, when Allied forces are going to cross the Channel on D-Day into northern France, and of course German forces were highly resilient in defending the ports, but as the Allies pushed in, they retreated back. Now, some of the German forces went back towards Germany, and some went back towards the west to the ports up in Brittany. And one of the particular ports that they went to, they sort of retreated to go and defend, was the port of Brest in Brittany, which is on the northern tip of France. And it was also a U-boat base as well. So they were going to defend the base to distract the Allied troops. They knew they were going to be defeated in the end, but their job was to distract the troops, defend the base, and make it difficult for the Allied forces. So these 40,000 troops were in Brest, German forces, and a lot of them were the German paratroopers, highly skilled, elite forces. And when they all got back to Brest, they realised that 130 of their comrades had been taken prisoner by the French resistance in a village about 35 miles away, what was behind now advancing American lines. So what do? What's the plan? What's the idea? How do you get them back? So one of their senior officers selected a young officer, I think it was a lieutenant, equivalent to a lieutenant in the parachute regiment over there in the airborne division, and said, your job is to go and rescue guys that are 30 miles away. His name was Oberleutnant Erich Lipovsky, and he took 130 of his troops, and his job was to go and rescue the comrades. So what he did, he got some of the vehicles that they'd captured from Allied forces. There was trucks and there were jeeps, and there were a couple of Sherman tanks as well. He took off all the German insignia. They painted them back into American colours with a white star on the front and all that sort of thing, dressed in some either French resistance type uniforms with insignia, made some fake orders, and sat in the front of their trucks and drove a convoy through. And they went through the American lines without a shot being fired, or looked like being Americans, or through the American lines, straight through to the village where their comrades were being held captive. Bit of a firefight there when they got their guys out, back in the trucks, drove straight back through. Some firefighting on the way, and they got back. They drove straight through the American lines again, straight back to Brest with 130 of their comrades. Everybody made it back, and I think there were 2 or 3 minor injuries on behalf of the German troops as well. So I think it is an incredible story. It doesn't matter on what side. It's an incredible story anyway. But the trick is not just to have a plan. It's to make it audacious. It's to make it big and bold and brash. That's what wins. That's what makes a difference. Putting a simple plan together does nothing at all. It's a waste of complete time. So when you're thinking of planning your future, your business, your goals, your targets, your objectives, don't just plan for mediocrity, because I guarantee that's what you're going to hit. Plan something big and bold and different. Now, could that plan have gone wrong? Could it have all been wiped out at the first encounter with American Allied forces as they drove their trucks? So, yeah, it could. The risk of making a bold plan is that it goes wrong. The risk of making a mediocre plan is that it works. So if you want to make something bold and bright and amazing, you've got to be prepared to fall over a few times and take the risk. You've also got to be prepared for the plan that you envisage not working. Not all the way through. I guarantee any plan that's bold and audacious doesn't really work as you expect it to. You've got to adapt and change as you go along. But to do something amazing or incredible or change the world or change life and change business, don't just plan for mediocrity. Plan for something big and bold. Be bold and bright about it. That's where planning comes from. And have some fun with it. So that's a quick story from 1944. I hope that gives you a bit of a pep up for the week. Have a fabulous week and a big day tomorrow. Find out why. It was Bastille Day here in France, so it'll be a holiday, which is always a good thing. And have a great day. I'll catch you tomorrow with some tips. Have a great day, and bye for now.